Well, that was an exhausting experience, wasn't it? Today we have another match for you in the Dritte Bundesliga as we move forward with Ingolstadt 04. Hi there and welcome back to Football Manager Projects, and we have another match for you here today as we are playing on the road against Osnabrück. I made a few very, very small tactical adjustments today in hopes of whipping some shape into these guys, and maybe in hopes of actually scoring goals for a change. We'll see what happens. We have a balanced mentality this time around. We're going to try to speed things up just a little bit so that we're not just holding the ball in the back. And we'll see how these players go. We're a little bit concerned with some match fitness concerns from some of our players, well, we'll see what happens. We've had all sorts of concerns already this season with injuries and other problems. And that's not to mention all of the concerns that I have with trying to record and play on the same computer. That is another issue altogether. I think that for both streaming and for YouTube recording, really the best practice is to have simply another computer that is dedicated to recording whatever it is you're trying to do. As I've been experimenting and playing along with this, I keep getting overload on my system in OBS, despite the fact that we have graphics down to medium. You can see the flickering there on the field, and despite the fact that we've completely removed all of the ad boards. I'm not sure exactly what that's from. It might be partially from the sound pack. I don't know exactly what's going on. We'll see how this goes today. And we're hoping for at least something. What I'm really hoping for, though, is some sort of performance from these players. That match against Wasserburg really has me concerned, where we just simply couldn't score. It's nice to be able to hold on to the ball, but it's not the game of passing the ball around your own half. So we'll see what we can do to change things up a little bit. And that's not what we wanted to see. Antonic, though, is in the right place at the right time. Antonic is actually a player I'm hoping to move on. And Muslio hasn't impressed me very much, considering the amount of money that he's on. I have him on 20,000 a week, which is about between a fifth and a sixth of our wage budget, which really drives me nuts. A player who's making that much money needs to be contributing positively to the team and not just taking in money. I think it's always a problem if your star player is a center back. I just have a problem with that. The name of the game is to score goals, not to sit in the back and look pretty. And that was a good example of looking pretty, I suppose, but that clearance didn't go anywhere. And because of that, Lino had to be on top of his lines. I mean, yeah, that's what we want to see him do, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. Part of the problem that I have is that players like Muslio were very recent additions by Ingolstadt. In other words, we can't just turn around and sell this guy because he just came on. We just paid whatever it is that the club paid for him, maybe a couple months ago. So we'll see what happens. We have a corner here, and this is really his chance to shine. He's big, he's tall, and nothing happening there, unfortunately. But at least we're in this match and we're getting shots on goal. It could be worse.
With the challenge, and he has given away a free.
Hawkins with a good challenge. I don't mind that. You do what you have to do in this game sometimes.
Clear away.
So far, we're doing okay with in terms of computer and graphics card overload.
No progress.
And we'll see how it goes.
Wide now. Good reason for optimism here.
Man, that's a nice goal. Ooh, baby. Eagle. That's a nice goal.
Again,
we'll give him that. Man, he just runs past
situations to hold on to it.
You count the defenders. 1, 2, 3, 4. Runs right past 4 guys, and he's just in the perfect spot. We'll give it to him.
Having to work hard to hold on to it.
I mean, he's clearly onside. There's no real question about it, is there?
Searching with that cross.
And Hegel again. Hegel's all over this match. We're going to have to probably double down on him. I know that, like, the proper way to play, the way that you're really supposed to play, is you're supposed to watch the match slowly and make a lot of adjustments as you move along. Some of us, though, don't necessarily want to put that much time into the game. And so you do what you can, and you make sure to listen to what your assistant manager tells you. I do like seeing the players sort of stop and think a little bit before they make a pass, though it would be nice if they had thoughts that were actually constructive.
Drives it in.
Well, the way things are going, this might end up being a pretty short save.
Powering forward here. That's a decent ball. Cleared away.
Yeah. Having that lower defensive line, and I mean, I think we have it set on standard, but having a somewhat lower defensive line, I think helps when it comes to
sprayed out wide.
Movement like that. At least so far, and at least they're not totally running all over us.
And he's going long. Looking to run onto.
Now, I will say that before playing this match, there was some sort of update that came in from SI, so if we lose, I can always blame it on that.
He's found a way past, and there is still work to be done. Lovely close control. Made the header simple. Floated through. Great play.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Now then.
Now, was he onside?
Look, it's a whole different ball game now, Peter, and it's a test of how they manage affairs from here. Neatly flicked on. Looking to run onto it.
This guy here, this Hegel, is... he's just ripping us apart. Look at that pass.
That's
Brilliant
brilliant!
is right. Look at that pass. Look at that vision. I hate to say it, but I'm going to get totally roasted by the fans and by the media after this one. All right, we're going to have to make some sort of change here, and this is where we start scratching our head, and we start asking ourselves why all the other YouTubers make it look so so simple. Suleimani is another player who, I mean, these guys, Suleimani, Schmid, also Muslio, I'm looking at these guys and saying, I mean, you're making so much money, you're supposed to be good, why is it that I can't get you to do anything? Right? Why can't I get you to play well? All right, let's see. Is there something that we can do here? Yeah, I think we'll take that off. To be a little bit more expressive, just to see what happens. Of course, all the tactical fiddling will probably have, you know, a confusing effect and impact on the players, which is the opposite of what you really want to have happen. So we'll see what happens here.
Needs some support. Oh, he crosses it in low. Taking a simple.
I don't know though. When I look at stuff like that, I think that the problem is not really the tactic. The problem is that they're faster. And they have more skill and more talent. This is a match that we're favored to win. Well, this isn't going to do much for morale, I'll tell you that.
Terrific.
Heck, what are you doing? You're just going to stand there?
That's well read. Clever looking ball. Too close to the goalkeeper who wraps it up.
Let's take a look here, see if there's anybody else we need to bring off. I mean, none of these guys up front have done much of anything. I'm not certain, you know, Beck is supposed to be, you know, a good, talented player, a good player for this division, and he just looks awful. I don't know if it's a case of the players just simply, you know, not being used to playing with each other, or if this is the impact of poor morale. Honestly, so far in this match, it looks like we're just playing against a better team. It looks like we're playing against a team that doesn't belong in this league.
That's some clever work. Oh, really tidy interchange.
And this is where things become really tricky and somewhat tempting, because you start thinking, I mean, what do I do? Do I throw away the tactic? You know, what do we do to try to salvage something out of this season?
Goes looking.
I should probably take Muslio off.
Great idea. It was a good ball, that.
Since he's directly back from injury. Yeah, once again, we dominate possession, but we have absolutely nothing to show for it.
Can they make it tell? Now, where's he looking? Oh, great keeping. Got that exactly right.
Interesting how we dominate possession when there are no highlights, but every single highlight has been for Ingolstadt. Without exception, we don't have a single shot on target, despite having almost 60% of the possession. This is ridiculous. We're going to have to figure something out. I may have to actually blow the tactic up because this is not working.
Thrust his way through. Good win of the ball. Oh, just over.
Yeah. Two problems that we have. I think number one is the tactic, and I think number two, honestly, is some of the personnel. And there are a number of these players, as I've been saying all along, who, like Schmidt, who are journeyman players who have never really had success at any level, and I wonder why we're paying them money. Let's go with young players if we're going to go with someone who's unproven. There you go, 2-0 defeat. And that look there on my avatar is exactly how I feel. All right, let's see. This is always my favorite part where we get to yell at players for playing poorly. Back as well. You can believe that there are going to be some fines that come out of this as well. We'll see how long this lasts. With performances like this, I'm a little bit concerned about my own future at this club. If I end up losing my job, I'm not going to go to a different club. We'll probably end up just starting a different save. And with that, if you enjoyed that, please go ahead and leave click the like button down below. Leave me a comment if you can. And click on subscribe. And while you're at it, why don't you go down and check out the blog on Substack, fmprojects.substack.com, where you can get even further into my mentality and all the frustration that comes out of watching my team perform like a bunch of amateurs. And with that, I will see you tomorrow.